everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Edda and today I thought I would show you my IKEA Rudsta cabinet. Got this cabinet 2 months ago, so I think I'm in a state where I can give you a fair review about the cabinet. And I also want to show you my plans. I'm gonna show you how I set it up. Don't expect anything fancy. I've tried to stay in my budget, which was quite low. I got this from Calgary. IKEA, it was on discount, so I think the price was $130. I'm gonna put all the products in the description box below. Sorry, my dog is barking. Molly! So yeah, I'm gonna put all the products I've used in the description box below. Yeah, all of the plants I have here are juvenile and I got them in the past 3 to 4 months. I'm just quickly touch on the 2 plants on the top of the cabinet. That is my Scindapsus and that's my foxtail fern or asparagus fern. I'm gonna do a separate spotlight video on that one. So let's get started. As for the grow lights, I have the Barina grow lights, and I have 2 humidity meters on the top shelf and on the bottom. As you can see, it's 67% humidity, 24.2 Celsius, and then 62. That's quite fair. I actually have a little humidifier, a space bar, it's so cute, on the bottom. I sometimes turn it on, it depends on the humidity, because quite honestly, I'm still a beginner. This is my first IKEA cabinet, so I don't know if this cabinet is necessarily keeps the humidity inside well. I don't really know. Obviously, it fluctuates during the day. And so sometimes I have to turn on the humidifier, and I also have a little fan there. Yeah, so I have 2 grow lights on the top shelf and then 1 grow light on the middle and 1 on the side here. That was actually intentional. I put all the plants that required lower light at the bottom, except for this one. This one needs a lot of light, but I have another cabinet, which I'm gonna transfer into a greenhouse cabinet. I'm gonna do a separate video on that one. Because, yeah, as you can see, it's quite overcrowded in here. Some of the plants are squished in there. But yeah, most of my jewel Alocasias, I keep them in there. So let's get started. This is my Alocasia silver dragon. And yeah, I featured this plant in my previous video, not much to say. It's still in its original nursery pot. It's a slow grower, but it enjoys life in the cabinet, generally speaking. So yeah. Next up is my Alocasia fried egg. And I just want to show you because this is the newest leaf. And this is the first leaf in my care. And just see the size difference. Look at the size difference. It definitely receives more light, more humidity. All the conditions are more beneficial than if it was outside somewhere in my home. So yeah, this is so great actually to see that you did something good for your plants. So yeah, next one. Yeah, this one is due for a repot. I featured this plant in my previous video. As you can see, this is the newest leaf. It's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And this plant definitely enjoys life in the cabinet, grows so fast. And yeah, there is so many corms. 1, 2, yeah, and a couple of new growth points. So yeah, I just ordered some new pots and soil, so I'm gonna definitely repot this poor thing. Yeah, but I love this plant so much. See, now that I opened the door a couple of minutes ago, it already dropped down to 51% humidity. This is my Alocasia green dragon scale, Alocasia dragon scale. I believe this is the newest leaf, and this plant is so gorgeous. Actually, I got this from one of my favorite plant shop, and it was on the rescue shelf, and I don't know why, because this plant is thriving. Look at that cute baby leaf. Look at that, it's so cute. Still in its original nursery pot. I'm not sure that I need to repot this one just yet. I think I'm gonna just leave it there now. Okay, now, yeah, not my proudest moment. This is my Philodendron verrucosum, and you guys, please send help. This plant has been through so much stuff. Yeah, so first thing I did, I put her on a moss ball, and then I decided not to keep her on a moss ball, so I repotted it, and then it got root rot. So I repotted it again in an orchid mix, and it got root rot again. So I treated for the root rot, removed all the rotten parts of the root system, and although it's pushing out a new leaf, I still feel like something's not quite good with this plant. You can see this leaf is quite droopy. So if you have any great tips and advice on Philodendron verrucosum, because I don't want to lose this plant, it's so nice. Next up is my Alocasia Maharani. I have the main plant on the bottom shelf. I will show you. So when I got the plant, I got 3 plants in one planter. So I decided to separate them and do a little experiment. I grow this one in pond, as you can see. I grow that one. I'll show you. Actually, that's on the middle shelf, sorry. I grow that one in oroid mix. And then I have the third section of the plant over there. I grow that one in sphagnum moss and leca, but I'm still doing the experiment. I'm still collecting data, so I don't want to talk about it just yet. But this is the newest leaf. This is actually the first leaf that I got since I have this plant. It's so cute. This is a gorgeous plant, actually. I love the texture so much. It's so unique looking. And I think it's still considered rare, right? I don't really come across Maharani in most of the plant stores I go to, plant shops I go to. So yeah, this is the setup. I think it enjoys itself. Next one is my Alocasia infernalis. And this is the newest leaf. Look how shiny it is. So gorgeous. It's almost black. It's so dark. And I think, yeah, these 2 leaves are the newest leaves. And this is the first leaf in my care. Yeah, I can tell that it has grown a lot since I have this plant in the cabinet. I'm gonna keep this one in this cabinet. I won't move it to the other one, I think. I will keep all my jewel alocasias in this one. And look at that, new shoot is coming. Yeah, there's a new growth point there. And there, I might repot this one. I don't know if it needs a repot. I don't see the roots coming out just yet. These are my propagations. Now, this is my Philodendron mecans, yeah. And it's crazy how fast it propagates. I think I took this cutting a week and a half ago, and when I took the cutting, I'm not gonna lie, in 1 or 2 days, I already saw the roots coming out. So it's crazy. I've heard that it propagates really fast, but I just couldn't believe this fast. This is the same plant as like that Scindapsus there. Look at the roots. Crazy. I've never transferred water propagations into soil, so that's gonna be a challenge for sure. If you guys have any tips how to do it smoothly, not to rot the roots completely, I would really appreciate that. Just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, truth is, I I'm not really satisfied with that plant because there are so many, just to quickly touch on this, there's so many leaves that are damaged or, yeah, this is how I got the plant actually. And so I thought I would get a few cuttings and just start it all over again and just make a nice fresh plant with less damage. That's the plan. So these are my Alocasia corms. I have Alocasia Jacqueline, Alocasia Maharani, and Polly corms in here. And you guys, my success rate with corms is pretty much 0%. I've got a few one. I've been trying to propagate corms for the past few months since the beginning of the growing season in March. And I don't know, I tried so many ways to propagate, and it's just, it gets moldy, it gets rotten. I don't know what to do. So this is the latest way I'm doing. I just did a leca reservoir on the bottom and use sphagnum moss to try and propagate them. And I've heard the most important thing for propagation is the heat. And I think 25 degrees is quite great, right? But yeah, if you have any tips, then I would really appreciate it. I used to have a propagation box, and I covered the box and I opened it up for a few times during the day just to give it airflow, but it rotted away. So yeah, but I it's just so sad that everyone is successful with their propagations, and for some reason I'm just not. It's annoying. Okay, coming down here, I have my variegated Alocasia Frydek. And can we just take a moment for this leaf here? How gorgeous it is. I know it's gonna die, I know, because it doesn't have any chlorophyll in it, but I'm gonna enjoy every second I have with this leaf till it dies. It's a relatively new plant. I got this one a week ago. And yeah, honestly, I don't know what that is. I've heard if there is any water on the leaf and the grow light or the sunlight directly reaches the leaf, it can burn that water or other liquid into the leaf. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the correct thing that's happening here. But yeah, I know that variegated plants are more sensitive to everything basically. Okay, up next is, I'm just going to put this one here because I want to show you the size difference of the leaf. This is my Philodendron El Choco Red, an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous plant. And yeah, it's in their original nursery pot. I definitely need to repot this one. So I just wanted to show you, this is the first leaf in my care and the newest leaf as well. And just look at the size difference, how it's sized up. I can tell that it really enjoys living in the cabinet. And I think I saw a new leaf. Yeah, new leaf here. Wishing I have a new leaf. It's quite damaged, all of these leaves I'm showing you right now. I bought the plant with these leaves on, so it's, yeah. I think it was spider mite, looks like it, at least. But I'm glad that the newest leaf is completely, well, not completely intact, because there is some damage there, but when I did my inspection, I didn't find any pests. So yeah, it's amazing how it's sized up in just a month. Yeah, and I love, like, look at the underside of the leaf. So cool. And the hairy petioles. I'm not sure you can see. Huh. Another great example of keeping a plant in cabinet is this one. This is my Alocasia aegis, and oh my gosh, I don't know why it's so lovely though. So what I love about this plant is that all of the leaves, like they look different. Look at this leaf. And then look at this one. And then this one. And this is the newest one. Just look at the size difference, how it's sized up. Look how gorgeous. I love this plant so much. It was quite finicky when I got it. I thought it was gonna die because the leaves were curling inside and the plant was bending over even though it got so much light. And I noticed that it doesn't really love to be, it doesn't really love high temperatures, like anything above 25 Celsius. She just doesn't really appreciate it, but I mean, I just can't really get over this leaf, how gorgeous this is. And I had to wait at least 2 months to finally get a new leaf. Yeah, it definitely went through some adjustments. Okay, I've changed the setting just for a little bit because I was getting uncomfortable. This is my Alocasia maharani, the mother plant, or one of the section of the plant that I told you about that I separated. And so this one is growing in Molly's aroid mix. And just, I want to show you the root system. Look at that. Look at the, not sure if you can see the main root and then the several tiny roots. It's just so nice to see that this plant enjoys itself. And it's actually giving me 4 new shoots. And this plant has been quite stagnant. Honestly, these leaves are both original leaves. I don't really have a new leaf except for that other plant I showed you. So I'm really looking forward to get that new leaf out there because I just want to see how it looks. It's just so gorgeous. This plant is so gorgeous. I love it so much. Quickly touch on this one. So this is Molly's aroid mix, which has been great, really nice. It's completely soilless, but unfortunately it still attracts fungus gnats, as you can see. There's a lot there. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't think that you can get rid of any kind of pests 100%. It's like dust in your home. You can clean, but eventually it will come back. So the sooner you accept this, the better. Okay, next one is my coffee plant. Actually, I have this plant for a little bit more than a year now. And I got this plant before I became a plant enthusiast as I am today. And I really didn't care about the needs of the plant. And I just put it down way far from my window. I didn't really care about the watering. I wasn't too particular with my care. I just wanted to have this plant because I thought it looked gorgeous and it looks so much bigger. I go and see if I can find a picture, but it just didn't really thrive. So I decided to give it a shove back and just keep this plant. And it looks nice. I'm going to put a picture on the screen how it looked a couple of months ago. So it's growing. It's a slow grower, but at least, I mean, it feeds my ego that I can keep this one alive because I thought that I would need to get rid of it. So yeah, this one, I think it's quite finicky. I don't think that I will ever have actual fruits and actual coffee beans growing on it, but I mean, it's fine. It's a cute plant. I'm okay with it, keeping it inside the cabinet. But I don't think that it would survive in my normal room conditions, like, because it requires so high humidity, and the average humidity in my home is 30%, which is ridiculous for a coffee plant. So I don't think it would survive. So if you're planning to get a coffee plant, well, you can always try keeping it in your room, but I don't think it will thrive. Oh gosh, see, this is what I was talking about. This leaf got squished. yeah, I definitely need to set up that other cabinet and just move some of the plants I have here. But this is my Alocasia green unicorn. And yeah, it's a bit deformed, but this is the newest leaf. Look at this. So gorgeous. It really is a unicorn. It's a rare plant. I don't often see, I've never really seen this plant anywhere. This is a quite easygoing Alocasia, I would say. It definitely is susceptible to pests, that's for sure. But yeah, it enjoys cabinet life and it grows really fast. And there is a corm there. Oops. I'm trying to show you that there's a corm over there. It's still in its original nursery pot, but I need to repot this one, I think. You know what? I'm gonna check on the roots to see. Ah, worst part of this hobby is the dirt, and oh my gosh. Yeah, look at the roots. Definitely needs a repot. And of course, I have carpet all over my apartment, so I'm gonna vacuum after this video. This is my Syngonium candyberry, and I featured this plant in my very first video, which was a plant haul video. And this plant was on a rescue shelf. I don't know why, because it's been, yeah, knock on wood, it's been so healthy. Obviously, you know, the conditions in the cabinet are very beneficial for her, but it's just a cute and nice plant. And I love it, so unique looking. I love even that if you can, I don't know if the camera picks it up, just don't wanna focus. So the veination is pink. And then the rim is green. And even the back is a little bit, no, it's pushing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 new leaves. But I'm gonna definitely do another video specifically with those plants that I featured in the whole video, just to see, you know, how they look and all. This is my marble queen photos. This is a propagation. I have the mother plant currently in my bedroom under a grow light, but I'm gonna put all the multiple plants in this huge cabinet right beside me. So this is a propagation, not much to say about this one, but I love to keep my plants in clear pots, because even if you don't see new shoot coming out, you can always know that your plant is healthy or not, or is stagnant in growing or not. You can see this is a new root here, a new section. So I know that this plant is growing. It's generally feeling okay. Not much variegation though. The mother plant is more variegated. This is my Alocasia black velvet. This is the newest leaf, and it's pushing out a new one. I know I shouldn't do this, but I just want to see how it will look. And very, very gorgeous. And look how many corms are currently growing out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I also want to show you this pup here. Look how cute is that? Yeah, this plant is I would say it's a moderate grower, but I don't mind. It looks very compact. It's very elegant. I love the contrast between the veins and the very dark, almost black leaves, and just I love the texture in general of this plant. So I don't mind having it this size at all. It looks compact and it looks nice. So I'm just gonna start and show you the bottom section. So this is the star of this video, because this was my first this wasn't my first Alocasia, but this was the first plant I got this March, which was kind of the gateway plant to this hobby. I don't know if I saw a YouTube video or I saw an Instagram post. I don't remember, but when I first saw this plant, I was like, wait a damn second. No, no. I have a little bit of a pest issue here. Okay. Okay. I will address that issue later. I used to keep this one outside of my cabinet, and it didn't really grow well for me. It's been at least a month, but I think it's more. It's been 2 months since it gave me fresh new leaf. So I decided to put her in the cabinet and see what happens. And I also do regular fertilizer with every watering, but I wanted to show you the crazy root system it's got. It's definitely a new root system, and just it's so crazy seeing the main root and then the roots on the side coming out. And happy me, it's giving me I don't know if you can see the second one, but it's giving me 2 new shoots here and there. This is my Alocasia scalprum, and I know I am aware that it looks a little bit sad. I got this plant, I think I got 2 or 3 plants in one pot. So I decided to do a similar experiment as I'm doing with my Maharani. So this one is I think it's an orchid mix and not a roid mix. The other one is growing purely in leca, but that's for another video. And the third one, where's the third one? Okay, so I got confused for a second because I thought there was a third plant, but then I looked around and I didn't see it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 2 separate plants, one is in orchid mix and the other one is in leca. And I just noticed that a new shoot is coming. Look at that. I'm so happy. It's so satisfying and encouraging when you do an experiment or you do something that's risky, because it can definitely kill the plant. Because as you can see, I cut off at least 2 stems with a leaf. But it's so encouraging to see that what you are doing is actually working. And I just checked on the other one that's growing in leca, and it started to shred off the soil roots and started to grow new water roots, I guess. And it's so interesting because I thought that it was gonna die. Like I gave it maybe 10% chance that it's gonna survive, but I'm so happy to see that it's gonna live. So all the stuff I keep seeing on the internet, like, some people are advocating for growing in semi-hydro, and then some people are advocating for growing in sphagnum moss and leca and fluostratum and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm only been into this hobby for 6 months, almost 7 months now. And I just can't sit on my ass in peace and just, grow plants. I'm like, I have to do an experiment. I have to do something to see. And the key point of these experiments I'm doing is to see which way is the best for the plant to grow. But as I said, I need more time to figure out and to, be able to give you an idea and give you the results. So next one is my Anthurium forgetii. And this one is another great example of how the plant will size up if it enjoys itself. This is the newest leaf it gave me. And just look at the size difference. It's crazy. Yeah, I know it's not looking the best, However, I'm quite happy that the first leaf in my care looks intact. And yeah, so you really need to be careful with those fungus net traps, because I accidentally put this one too close to my other plant that had a fungus net trap in here. And so unfortunately it damaged the leaf. It made a huge hole in it. But yeah, and I don't think that I will give a moss ball for this plant. I think I'm just gonna support it with a stick and then just let it grow. I wouldn't say it's a fast grower, but what is crazy though, it's when it pushes out a new leaf. It's like this small size, and then it takes only a few days to reach its mature size. And yeah, it's just so funny to see. Next one is my Philodendron melanochrysum. This was a wish list plant for me, and it hasn't given me a new leaf since it's been in my care. However, it's working on one there, which is great. I've heard it's a relatively slow growing plant. I want to give this one a moss ball just to give it a chance to, size up and look a little bit more significant in my collection. But I love the velvety leaves. As you can see, it had passed in the past. I don't know what kind. I don't currently see anything on it. However, I did find a thrip on my poly, so I think I just need to be careful, and I just need to give it a preventive care just in case. However, I like to be careful with velvet leaf plants because they don't really like to get wet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it from a distance and then let it air dry just to avoid any fungal issues. But yeah, I'm so curious to see the new leaf. I know I shouldn't unfurl it, but sometimes I just can't wait for it to see the new leaf coming out. So the next and last three plants I have on the bottom shelf, they are not quite my favorites, to be honest with you. I didn't really have any experience with ferns. As I said, I have this asparagus fern, which is not a fern for real, but it gave me the false impression that I could take care of a fern because this guy is so easygoing. I was wrong. These are the most dramatic, I don't know, they just give me a hard time all the time. I feel like nothing's good enough for them. I don't think that they will ever grow large in my care. And they receive moderate light in that bottom shelf. And then I'll just show you. So I don't remember the names of these ferns, but I'm going to put on the screen for you. So even though it's in high humidity, like 60, sometimes even 70%, it just dries out so quickly. I really need to be on the top of watering because these guys don't like to dry out at all, not even a little. But yeah, the interesting thing is, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but these guys don't have bite roots. They have these brown, and I checked and it's not rotted. So I think this is just how the roots look like, brownish, but no, the camera won't pick it up. Anyways, so this plant could look great because I love the shape of the leaves. If I imagine this plant being very full and lush, I think it could be such a great decoration and just give a great jungle vibes. But as I said, I don't think that it will ever look good. I might give it away to someone, but I don't think that anyone, especially here in Alberta, in Calgary, would want this. only if they have a greenhouse, like a legit greenhouse. I don't know. Okay, this is maidenhair fern. I remember this one. And yeah, I just love how the plant looks overall. I love the shape of the leaves, the small little leaves. And this plant would also look gorgeous if it could mature in my care, but I just don't really see it in my future. I feel a little hopeless. I might repot it just to see. So not much to say about this. The last one in my cabinet, name will be on the screen for you. And I just love the shape of the leaves. So cool. Maybe if I had to choose which fern I like the best from these three I showed you, I think I would pick this one. Yeah, I'm just checking for pests. I don't even know what kind of pests like ferns. Maybe spider mites and all. So yeah, I already repotted this one, and it's in, I think it's in an oroid mix, Molly's oroid mix. So yeah, but now that I basically have the cabinet empty, I'm gonna show you how it's set up. Okay, so now I have the cabinet almost empty. I can show you the setup better. Sorry, I know the cabinet is dirty. I'm gonna clean it after this video. So as I said, I wanted to stay within my budget. So I know some of the people switch the glass shelves to those acrylic shelves, which are quite pricey. So I thought I would just, keep it simple. This is my first cabinet. I wanted to see how my plants will grow inside of it. And the lucky thing is that I can actually stick down my finger here. So it's not completely closed. So it can stay like an open system. I have a fan there to provide airflow. The only thing I don't mind investing in is the grow lights. We have Barina grow lights. And I also have, sorry, my dog is going crazy. I have Barina grow lights in my cabinet, and I have a no-name grow light, which is from Amazon, in my bedroom. And I can definitely tell the difference. The Barina grow light works so much better. So I have two on the top, one here, and then I have this little humidifier here. The humidity is quite good without the humidifier going, but sometimes I turn it on because even though we have all the corners sealed, I still feel like the humidity and the temperature can fluctuate during the day. I don't know if that's normal. You guys, if you have any experience with it, just let me know in the comments. But that's what I do. And so, as I said, it's a quite simple setup. As for a first cabinet, I think it works really great. So I'm satisfied with it. So if you're looking for something, if you have a small apartment, I live in a quite small apartment. So this size of cabinet is perfect for me. If you're looking for something to start with, I can definitely recommend this cabinet. I don't like to have plants all over the place. So it's also a great way to keep your space organized and keep for example, most of my jewel Alocasias are in my cabinet. Maybe the one downside I would say is obviously the grow light needs to be on every day. And if one of your plants got thrips or other pests, it's obvious that you need to treat all the plants in the cabinet. However, I never really had any pest control issues with that. But you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I will be coming with more plenty content. And if you want to keep up with what I'm up to, you can find me on Instagram as well. Thanks for watching. Take care, be well, and see you in the next one. Bye!